Taking a few minutes here on Steel and Vans to chew on the spike in shoplifting, Linda. Oh my gosh. Gone are the days where I would step in, though, I gotta say. Watching somebody shoplift, I used to go, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Now I'd be like,
Yeah. Well, the BPD here in Vancouver have done yet another shoplifting blitz where they seized a bunch of property and arrested a whole bunch of people. Now the question is, how many of those people will see any consequences? Not sure. But as we mentioned at the top of the show, there's now a coalition of big retailers like London Drugs and Save On Foods and Lululemon, and they're saying to the BC government, we need you to do something because it is out of control.
yeah, we need some protection here. We need some way of stemming the tide because it's becoming organized and acceptable.
And when you talk about the no consequences, do you remember the guy in Vancouver who walked into an art gallery and stole like a really expensive statue? It was
on film?
Yeah. Well, he just was in court and there were no consequences. $40,000 worth of art he stole and he doesn't go to jail.
No.
And he says, oh, well, you know, I didn't mean to come here to Vancouver and become a problem. It was like, but you did.
They went to his house and found him. It was the second time he had stolen from that particular shop. Like, what do you got to do to get things to stick?
What you got to do now is you have retailers saying, all right, we're watching you really closely and we're going to check for your receipts.
Yeah, Linda, can you open your bag, please?
Which I'm okay with, but let's get real. So going through the self-checkout, because now you don't even have anybody who's going to bring your stuff through, so you got to do it yourself.
Yeah.
I think that is an opportunity for people who might not be all that, you know, scrupulous to go, hey, I'm just popping a few things in the bag that I didn't pay for.
Or
so
that's the organic one and nobody really knows.
Right? So, yeah, it's got to the point where, who is it? Is it Costco now wants to see receipts when you're
Costco
leaving?
always needs to see receipts on the way out. They always check you on the way out. They call it a Costco type check now. So other places where you wouldn't typically have an automatic receipt check at the door, because Costco, you always carry your receipt out and then they put a little black line and off you go through because they want to make sure you paid for your printer ink or whatever.
Yeah, but now it's like
everywhere.
Expanding. So did you say Canadian Tire?
Yep.
Is now doing this?
Yeah, and London Drugs wants to do it, and other locations, because it's costing us all money. It's not getting back at the man when you steal something.
It's getting back at all of us because it just increases the price of things. For me, whenever I leave a store like the Bay, I've shopped, and if it goes bleep, 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 when you're walking out, you're like, oh my God, you know, and it's because they forgot to demagnetize something.
Yeah.
And you feel like such
Panicked.
a thief, and you're caught in this thing, and you didn't do anything wrong.
No.
And you're embarrassed. It was like, I would never steal from the Bay, I promise you.
Ever.
Like,
You would never steal, ever. We're not a start the car type of people.
Start the car like IKEA.
Start the car. No, if I find that I've accidentally done, I had mom brain once and I did that. I walked out of the store, talk, walk right out of the store and go, oh my God, right back into the store, right back in. I'm so sorry. And they're like,
well, and now there's some question, are retailers overblowing the cost of theft, saying, and when you dig into it a little bit, that they might be trying to use it as a little bit of an excuse. I think that might be true, but largely we have seen just an explosion in the last few years of people going into Lululemon and grabbing like 25 pairs of expensive tights and running out the door, and they catch them an hour later after they've been arrested. They catch them again, doing it somewhere else. So yeah, it's a problem.
And then they're down the street selling them or putting them on, you know, Kijiji or whatever. Okay, we gotta have some fun in this show. We gotta lighten up the mood. So
yes, so coming up next on Steel Vans, a Canadian improv star is teaming up with a master hypnotist to put on a show that's getting rave reviews right now, right across North America. And they are coming to BC this month. Colin Mockery and hypnotist Asad Mekki. Join us next.
You've got to be a part of that. Also got to be a part of our viewing party. Yes, indeed. The viewing party photos roll in. It's very easy to get involved. And here's Egan and Trudy and Cedar.
We also have Emil in Victoria. Hello.
Hello. I love that. Slippers. Everybody's cozy in. And Hammer and Return It Gang.
And he's wearing a Donnie and Dolly hat.
I dig this. This guy is all about the CHEK Vancouver studios. Okay, stay tuned. Viewing party prize will be handed out at the end of the show right after Happy Endings. And you can send us your photos. Viewing party at chekmedia.ca. We're back in a moment.